Chapter 7, the 7 weeks as a finished restoration work. Daniel's prophecy states that from the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem, there would be 7 weeks before the next phase of the timeline begins. These 7 weeks equal 49 years. This statement has often been misunderstood. Some assume that Scripture is claiming the physical construction of Jerusalem took 49 years. That assumption creates confusion because the walls of Jerusalem were rebuilt in a matter of weeks under Nehemiah. Scripture, however, is not measuring construction speed. It is measuring restoration. Daniel's wording is precise. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah the Prince shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. Daniel chapter 9, verse 25. The text does not say the wall will take 7 weeks of years to construct. It states that the restoration and rebuilding of Jerusalem occurs during this period and that it happens under opposition and difficulty. Nehemiah himself records that the wall was completed quickly. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of the month Elul in 52 days. Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 15. If the wall was completed in 52 days, then the 7 weeks cannot be measuring construction time. Scripture interprets Scripture. The 7 weeks must represent something larger. In biblical terms, a city is not restored simply because its walls are standing. A city is restored when it is functioning according to its intended purpose. That includes governance, population, economic order, worship, and covenant obedience. After the walls were rebuilt, Jerusalem was still unstable. The city faced opposition, internal injustice, spiritual disorder, and population shortages. Nehemiah records that many of the houses were not yet built and that the city was sparsely inhabited. Now, the city was large and great, but the people were few therein, and the houses were not builded. Nehemiah chapter 7, verse 4. The work of restoration continued for years. The law was read publicly. The covenant was renewed. Abuses were corrected. The priesthood was purified. The people were resettled within the city. Nehemiah records the reading of the law under Ezra. So they read in the book, in the law of God distinctly, and gave the sense, and caused them to understand the reading. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 8. This was not ceremonial. It was foundational. The city could not function rightly without covenant order. Later, Nehemiah confronts economic oppression and restores justice. Then I consulted with myself, and I rebuked the nobles and the rulers, and said unto them, Ye exact usury, every one of his brother. And I set a great assembly against them. Nehemiah chapter 5, verse 7. Population stability is also addressed. Families are brought into the city so that Jerusalem can function as a capital rather than a fortified ruin. And the rulers of the people dwelt at Jerusalem. The rest of the people also cast lots, to bring 1 of 10 to dwell in Jerusalem, the holy city, and 9 parts to dwell in other cities. Nehemiah chapter 11, verse 1. These reforms do not happen in a few weeks. They unfold over decades. The city is rebuilt structurally, ordered socially, corrected spiritually, and stabilized politically. This is what Daniel's 7 weeks represent. The 49 years are a prophetic designation of a completed restoration era. The work is considered finished only when Jerusalem stands restored in structure, governance, worship, and covenant order. Once this restoration period is complete, the prophecy moves forward into the next phase. Jerusalem stands rebuilt. The city remains. Now the waiting begins.